there, boys and girls. Doofuss Dingle here, mega genius. Are you ready to be robbed? Are you all set to have everything taken from you? Will it make you happy, or will it make you cry and be sad? Will you say, though, that it couldn't possibly happen here? Well, did you hear how the IMF wanted to take 40% of everyone's banking accounts in Cyprus? Of course, it did not work, and the people of Cyprus still have their accounts closed down because the banksters fear a bank run. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the audacity and the arrogance of the international bankers thinking that they could just come in and steal 40% of everyone's savings and banking accounts to bail out their corrupt buddies? Just steal it, but call it a tax. By what moral and ethical right do you think any of these bankers operate under? Well, the obvious answer would have to be none, because they are so totally corrupt and so totally bankrupt ethically that they don't have any conscience whatsoever. They just have an agenda. We got to solve this. We got to rob everybody. But do you know what it all means, boys and girls? It means that they actually thought that they had the right to demand that the Cyprus government do that to their own people, to satisfy the most corrupt money machine that the world has ever known. And that means it is in their minds. It's in their memory banks. And that means that your bank accounts, both checking and savings, IRAs, 401ks, are not safe at all, especially if America begins to collapse and we go under martial law. Now, if one were to actually examine the executive orders issued by our various presidents of the United States, one would believe that the leaders are also as corrupt as the IMF and also think that they can steal everything you own. Not only all your money, and 100% of it, by the way, but also all your food stores, all of your property, all of your land, all of your automobiles, all of your livestock, all of everything, including yourself, for slave labor. If you don't believe it, you better start reading the executive orders. So then now, boys and girls, you move from being a good, hard-working worker bee who gets to keep just some of the spoils, and then you get to be moved over to a worker bee slave, where you do as you're told or you're simply kicked out of the hive, if you get my drift. So what this shows us is exactly what the good book actually told us thousands of years ago, that there really is a conspiracy, and those behind it are the leaders and the rulers, the international banking cartels and the international corporations, all holding hands and working very hard to bring in their new world order, where you are considered to be either a full slave with no rights whatsoever, or a useless eater to be simply killed, or cannon fodder for whatever wars the elite can think up next. Then, boys and girls, you watch the TV and you see all of these poor wounded men and women who have had their entire lives ripped to shreds because of some fat, arrogant, cigar-smoking rich men decided they wanted a war to accomplish this or that. But the good book also tells us that these rich, corrupt criminals are about to get theirs, that the time of tears and suffering of mankind because of all these rich people are going to come to a close. So now the question is, are you ready for the curtain to drop? Are you ready for Act 4? Most are not, I guess, because they think the good book is just all mythology and worthless old wives' tales. But I got a question for you. I want you to think about it real carefully. What if it really is the truth? Have you ever thought of that? Could it be possible that the good book is the reality behind everything there is, or ever was, or ever will be? Have you ever thought about that? And do you comprehend what that would mean for you on a personal and a very personal level? For example, what if the story that mankind is actually a fallen creature and considered to be an enemy of the Creator is actually true? Do you know what that means for you, boys and girls? It means you're on the wrong side of things. It means you will be eternally destroyed. It also means that you thought the Messiah was some sort of a kooky bird, some off-the-wall wacko idiot. And you made a very serious, mistaken judgment. And it also means that once this is all over, you cannot change sides, if you know what I mean. So as the world enters all of these end-time prophetic words that are coming true with 100% accuracy, and if you close your eyes and ears to all of it, that indeed the Creator probably does have every right to ace you out of your good times and throw you into eternal trouble, the likes of which you could never imagine, even in your worst nightmares. And just in case you might think that old Doofuss Dingle here is some sort of an idiot, let me suggest to you that I, Doofus, have actually been to the other side, that I have heard the screams of the damned, the same screams, by the way, that Art Bell played to his audience some years ago on Coast to Coast. It's all very real. Yes, and I met the Creator of all things, too, and I even spoke to him even. The good book is real. It means what it says, and it says exactly what it means. Get your heads out of the sand, begin to comprehend that what you think reality is not, and what you think it could not be true is. Do you get my drift? You have almost no time left, boys and girls. You better think about it all, and you better start thinking about it real seriously, because if you mistake this one and you get it wrong, boy, well, I'll see ya, and I wouldn't want to be ya, as the old saying goes. Anyway, Doofuss Dingle here, signing off now. Be good. Don't take any wooden nickels. Watch the skies, for a great deception is about to fall upon you. Well, take care now, boys and girls. Take care.